Hey friends, we are looking at the Reobrix Japanese game store. This is Reobrix set number 66503 and it has 984 pieces. It does have a custom light kit. We will take a closer look at everything inside here. Here's a minifigure for scale, and you can see that it fits right in pretty well with any kind of a modular layout that you might have. And here's the box, and it is meant to be built two different ways. So you can actually build it this other way right here. So it's actually got a kind of lower look to it. And they include two sets of stickers so that you can do that. I'm assuming that you have to completely disassemble in order to reassemble for that alternate build. Because of the way that the lighting is set up, yeah, I am not able to pull it apart to give you a really good look at the inside. Right now I do have it connected to my power bank. The wiring kit comes with this USB A piece, and then we can open up just a little bit of it to take a peek on the inside. All right, so let's take a closer look. So starting here at the ground floor, you can see that we have a little bit of a planter here, Japanese little sculpture that you might see in a garden or something like that, potted plant, another set of plants over here. So nice little details, fire hydrant. It has one of those A-frame street signs and then dual glass windows and a lot of light that goes in from the street side. Got one sign here, and as you look inside, you can see little bits of like game station type stuff inside. And on the other side are actual arcade machines. So they have you build out these machines. They have full stickers that run the height of each of these machines. So they're pretty good, nicely done. And if you were to peer inside, you could actually see that the screens have decorations on them too. There's two game cabinets. The second one over here has a steering wheel, and it's actually attached to a little, what do you call them, roller skate that moves back and forth if you turn that wheel. So hopefully we'll be able to get a better look at that as we go around the build. There's some exposed utilities and a sign that it goes on that front of it here. Some stairs that take you up, and then a vending machine with a couple of products. There's three of them in there. I like the keypad and the fire extinguisher that's here on the side as well. And then on the floor, it actually says it has some English, which is interesting. It says fire emergency response along the floor there. All right, and then along the back, we have the part of a fan or an HVAC unit, a phone with a little bit of a covering, and some flora that is growing up along the wall there. So here, let's see if we can open it up. So there we go, we're opening it up. There's a bunch of apparatus along here. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. You'll also see the actual hub for all the lighting. So the way this lighting works is it is a bunch of lit elements. So elements like this cylinder, as well as like 1x4 LED plates, and they go throughout the model. So a bunch that go up to the top floor, and then a bunch that are in here, and they all just sort of collect down in here. It's not the cleanest lighting, and there's no kind of management for these wires. They're all just sort of hanging there. It's kind of this kind of a jumble of wires. So could have been better, but hey, it's lit, and you don't see this that often. So here's a better look at sort of what's inside along the counter there. So you have different game elements in there. And then here's that cabinet that I was mentioning. Let's see if we can pull it out and get it out of here without breaking it. So I'm gonna, well, there we go, we rock it out of there. So here it is. It has a little car in there, and then you turn the steering wheel, it moves the car left and right. So clever little build, and then a full height graphics along it as well. Yeah, so not bad. And then here's a better look at the game cabinet that's in there, the separate one that's kind of hidden in there as well. Going up, we can see the stairs where they go to a living area. There's a lamp here and a door. One thing I noticed is the door only opens out, and if you were to try to open this door, it would hit this sconce. So it's not a great design. This really should have been a couple bricks taller or higher up so that you could open that door and it could be functional. So it's a little bit strange that they did that. Here's one of the windows. You can get a peek inside. There is a living area, looks like a bed, a yellow bed, and some things like that that are in there. Here's a better look at that bed. A bookcase there as well. And then along the front, you can look into. Now, I wish I could open this up. Doing so is little ginger because of those wiring. So that's why I'm not gonna try it. Some more signs here. Signs here, and this one has two sides to it, another side to it. And then here we're getting a better look at the utility pole. So that goes straight up and has all these different things that are hanging off of it, plus these utility lines that are running into the structure itself. So that's pretty cool. So here's a look at, I think this is like a water, I think this is a water tower that holds water for the rest of the structure. There's some a potted plant, and then there's a squirrel that's hanging out up there as well. Here's the set side by side with the Japanese steam bun set that I built from Kata a while back. I have a review for that I will put a link to. But you can see that the Kata one is also, it's taller, but it has a kind of a string-based light kit that's just a light string that you wind around in there, and it's not the best light kit. So the light kit in here is actually better and more intentional. But that structure is larger and it has probably a little bit better architectural features. So you can check that out in my review. Back to this set. I do think it's a pretty good set. If you can catch it on sale, especially, it's pretty cool. And if you can wire it into your existing USB, if you have wiring for your city, that will make it even cooler as well. But because it has a full interior, it has this really nice custom lighting that has this warm tone to it. It's a kind of a believable structure and looks lived in, looks cozy. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, so there's my look. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe. I'll be able to keep sharing interesting sets with all of you. Thanks so much.